everyone. My name is Tanika. I'm going to be your instructor today for our restorative yoga class. All you are going to need for this class is a mat or just like a little bit of space to be able to move around. And we're going to probably be going a little bit more. Wow, that zoomed out quite a bit. So it'll be fine. We're going to be mostly on the ground. There will be some standing, but for a restorative yoga class, that means we're just going to move really slowly, listening to your body the entire time. So if you're ready to get started, let's go ahead, start seated on the mat in a crisscross position. Beautiful. Hands can be facing palms up or palms down. See what you need. I'm just going to let a couple more people in. Beautiful. And then slowly, if it is comfortable for you, go ahead and close those eyes. Take a breath. Wonderful. Maybe start to check in with your body. See how you're feeling. Great job. Starting to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Lovely. Alrighty. And as you take those next big breaths, we're going to start moving the body in some gentle circles going towards the right. So again, our hips are staying seated on the floor and we're just starting to rotate. Maybe this is where we start to check in with that low back, see how it's feeling. Good breathing here, big inhales. Nice exhales. Lovely. Give me a few more breaths here. And moving in the opposite direction. So again, we want to start things off getting a little bit of movement today. Now we will be taking things slowly, but we need to warm up the body just a little bit before we hold those nice deep stretches. So giving me 2 more rotations all the way through, taking it as slowly as you need, or picking up that pace if that's what feels good to you. 1 more. Good. All right, finding ourselves back in that seated upright position. Let's go ahead and inhale our fingertips up to the sky. Nice big reach. Beautiful. And as we exhale, we're going to take that left hand down to the side. Right hand comes across to the knee. Now you can stay right here. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, take that left hand a little bit further back and press that right hand into our thigh. As we do that, chest opens, shoulder blade pulls down and back, and our chin can rotate all the way over towards that left shoulder. Good. 1 more inhale here. 1 more exhale. And inhale, fingertips back up high to the sky. Beautiful, slight bend in the back. Exhale to the other side. So our left hand comes to our right thigh, right hand goes to the back, and lift that chest, getting that nice deep twist. You should be feeling this a little bit in the shoulder blades, maybe a little bit in the spine and the low back. Now let's take this and let's flow through it just a couple times so we can get that nice warm up. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the side. Beautiful. Inhale up to the sky. Now, if we don't want to take that twist all the way, you don't have to press into the thigh. You can just take those hands up and down, or even less, you can bring them across your chest right here, twisting up to the side. 1 more big inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Wherever we are today, let's go ahead and take those hands and bring them across our body in a nice big hug. I have my right hand on top, left hand on bottom. Beautiful. Giving yourself a nice hug, squeeze of the shoulders. Let's go ahead and inhale and lift those elbows up, maybe tilting the chin just a little bit up. Good. And then exhale, curving the spine, taking those elbows down towards the floor, maybe all the way to the floor. See where we are today. As we inhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, taking it nice and slow. Again, this is a nice warm up for those spinal muscles and a nice opportunity to just give your favorite person in the world a little extra love and support. So again, no matter how quickly or slowly we are moving here, what I want you to think about is with each breath moving through each vertebrae. See how slow can we go? Getting that deep stretch. And if it feels like right there might be a good spot, or maybe all the way at the top, you're feeling a good spot, feel free to hold it for just a few breaths. Beautiful. Let's get 2 more big inhales, nice, slow, and controlled. 2 big exhales with it. Beautiful job. Finding that pace, finding that breath, and connecting with it one more time. Big inhale. Good, big exhale. Lovely. Alrighty, and release. Go ahead and shake those arms out for me. Let's take some nice big shoulder rolls. Now those hands can be down on the ground. They can again go to your shoulders and give yourself some circles with these elbows here. See where we are today. Rolling a few more times in that direction. 3, 2, kind of pressing that chest forward. 1, other side. So pushing forward. Now here, I want you to think about squeezing those shoulder blades back, those wings, winging out. Yeah, keeping that seat nice and controlled, breathing here. For 4, 3, almost there. 2, beautiful, and 1. Alrighty, shaking it out. So we're feeling a little bit looser in the upper body and the back. Let's start to move through our core and down into our legs. So turning to the side if you are not already. We're going to take our wrists underneath our shoulders and knees underneath our hips. Now here in tabletop position, I'm just going to have you rock your hips side to side. Now you can stay kind of in alignment here with those hips over the knees, or you can start to sink a little bit deeper, getting more towards that low back, getting into those outer parts of our glutes and our hips, and mobilizing through some of that space. If you'd like to get a little bit more into the wrists and the shoulders, I'm going to have you start going forward and then back. Forward is a wrist rock, and then back is a hip rock. So you can also choose, maybe my wrists need a little more love and support. Let me take some more time focusing on the front portion, on those wrist rocks, maybe turning palms facing up or out to the side to get slightly different parts. Or maybe I just want to hang out here in my hips. Let's get 3 more breaths. Big inhale, big exhale, last one. Alrighty. Turning it back to our upper body again. Let's do a couple thread the needles. So let's inhale our right fingertips up to the sky. Beautiful open breath. And then exhale, we're going to drop all the way down, tap our shoulder to the ground. Lovely. And then we're going to press back up again. So inhale, opening nice and wide. Exhale, dropping it back down. Good. So we're going to do this 2 more times, and then we're going to hold it for just a little bit. Lovely. So we've got that rotation. We should be feeling a little bit of warmth in the body. That's our blood flow. On this last one, I'm going to have you hold it. So as you come down, drop that shoulder. Our ear can rest on the mat. If you'd like it a little bit more intense, take that left hand and bring it all the way to the front of your mat. What that's going to do is just stretch those shoulders a little bit deeper and be very gentle here. But if you would like, you can press into the mat and see how you kind of roll back towards your back here. You're going to feel that right in that shoulder muscle. So give me 2 more big breaths, nice control. And if this is really intense for you, I want you to keep breathing and maybe move just a little bit out of it if needed. Last big inhale. And on our exhale, bring our left hand in front of our eye gaze and pressing up, opening all the way to the side. Doesn't that feel so nice? And a reset back to our tabletop position. Good. Let's just rock those shoulders side to side a little bit, giving them a little bit of love. Let's go ahead and do that on the other side now, okay? 4 thread the needles. Inhale our left fingertips up to the sky. Nice open chest, open breath. Exhale, swooping all the way down. You'll feel that bend through the elbow and the shoulder. Tap that shoulder down. And then inhale, opening up again. Beautiful job. Exhale. So allow yourself to take this as slowly as you need. Just because I say inhale, exhale, your breath pattern might feel different. Let's get 2 more. So again, in my class, you take what you need and you leave what you don't. Last big inhale. Last big exhale. On this one, we're going to hold. So again, you can see as I bend my elbow, I drop down. Shoulder is resting. Head is resting. If you'd like to have a pillow or a blanket here, you can. And then those right fingertips can go all the way to the front of the mat. Now, if you are pressing in and pushing your chest further open, be very careful. Our shoulders have a lot of complex muscles all in our rotator cuffs. So we want to be very careful not to overexert or overstretch. Let's stay in this for one more big inhale. Slow and controlled, deep exhale. Beautiful job. Alrighty, let's start to wiggle our hand back into our eye gaze on a big inhale, pressing into our palm, taking our left fingertips all the way up to the sky. Beautiful. And sending our hands back to tabletop position. Alrighty, taking our knees out wide here, our big toes are coming to touch. We're gonna press all the way back into our child's pose. So this might be enough for you if right here feels good. If you want a little bit more, start walking those hands out a little bit further, dropping that chest down towards the mat and allowing the shoulders a little bit of space. We're gonna hang out here for a few breaths. Now, where you should be feeling this, depending on where our hips are, could be in the groin muscles. If your toes are out a little wider, those hips sink a little bit lower. If your toes are in, those hips stay a little higher, and that's when we focus more on the back. So as the chest stays lower, we've got that low back. And then, of course, with our arms out in front, we're getting those shoulders a nice stretch. So this pose is a grounding pose that you can always come back to. If there's anything we do today and you're not feeling it, just come back to this child's pose. Let's stay here for one more inhale. One more exhale. Beautiful. Alrighty, from this position, we're gonna take our hands, palms together, like a shark fin. We're gonna lift those fingertips up. This is gonna be a gentle tricep stretch. Now, if you're wanting it a little bit deeper, walk those elbows a little bit further in front and then continue to press those hips down and back, and you'll instantly feel those triceps light up. If that's feeling like not enough, you can give yourself a little pat on the back, a little bit deeper of a stretch here. Let's hang out here, maybe rocking side to side, just a little bit, playing with the stretch for 2 more breaths. Good. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Releasing our hands back to the floor. Good, let's go ahead and wiggle our hands, walk our hands back towards our knees. Take a little reset on those arms. All right, so we got a good bit of the upper body, right? Let's go ahead and tuck our toes underneath our heels. Now, this is something called fire toes. What I want you to do is, as you have those toes tucked, gently start to press those hips back towards the heels and see what feels comfortable. Feel it out. If you feel comfortable, you can start to walk those hands towards our thighs and maybe sink back a little bit further. And again, the further back you go, the more this is going to press into the thighs, into the heels. Now, the bottom of the feet is not something we stretch often, but it keeps every foundation we have in our life. So let's try to keep breathing here. And if you're feeling really, really comfortable, again, protect your back here. You can take your hands all the way back behind you. Now we're getting a stretch through the quads. And if it feels really good, lean that chin back. Good. So in this camel pose, I want you to continue that breath. If you want something a little bit in between, support the hips here and just lean on back that way. Now this one can be very intense, so one more inhale. And with slow control on our exhale, lift one hand at a time to support our back, then the other hand, and then we come back forward. What I'm gonna have you do is release those toes and maybe do a little stamp out on the mat. How did those feel? Maybe curl your toes, roll your ankles. We don't stretch them enough. Beautiful. Alrighty, getting ready to come up into our downward facing dog. So we're gonna tuck those toes again. Exhale, pressing those knees up off of the floor. And then inhale, send those hips high to the sky. Our heels go down towards the ground. This is our downward facing dog. Now from this position, we can bend the knees and maybe pedal out the heels just a little bit, getting a nice stretch through the calves. I want you to listen very carefully to those muscles. Our calves can also be very tight from how much we move, walk, sit, stand, all the things, they keep us upright. So take 2 more breaths here to just give a little bit to those smaller but really important muscles. One more inhale. One more exhale. Beautiful. Alrighty, on our next inhale, let's take that eye gaze forward and bring our right foot in between our hands. We're gonna drop into a low lunge. So what I'm gonna have you do is drop that back knee and untuck that toe. Low lunge down here. So as we move through these two exercises, we're gonna do a bit of a flow. And I've got options for you. Option one, on the inhale, we send that left hip down, chest lifts just a little bit, maybe we're on our fingertips. On that exhale, we're gonna press our hips back, straighten out that leg, and walk our fingertips back to a nice hamstring stretch. So this is option one, moving as slowly as you feel comfortable. Option two, we're gonna take those hands onto our thighs and press our chest open. Beautiful. Now as we exhale, keeping our hands on our thighs supported here. If you need a little extra support, take those hands down. And then option three, we take all that support out. So inhale, chin lifts, fingertips raise. And then on our exhale, we're gonna airplane those hands behind us, chest goes forward. Nice hamstring stretch. Now, I just want you to move at your own pace here. So go as fast or as slow as you need. If you need a little bit more support of that knee, again, a pillow or a blanket is a great option. So see what works for you. Alrighty. On this last inhale, I'm gonna have you move forward and we're gonna take it a little bit deeper, bringing those hands down to our hip and knee and hold. Here is where you can stay. If you'd like something a little more, take those hands together in prayer. And that elbow is gonna press into the outside of the thigh. Maybe twist just a little bit. Oh yeah, that's gonna make the shoulders sing a little. For one more inhale. And on our exhale, release, taking those hands to the floor, walking our toe up, knee down. What I'm gonna have you do is, if it's comfortable this time, slide back, sitting our glute down onto our heel. If that's comfortable for the knee and the ankle, see what works. As you feel comfortable, lowering down to that hamstring stretch, half split here. So again, we can be on the forearms or we can be up higher. What we're stretching here is the hamstring. So take it nice, slow, and controlled for one more inhale. One more exhale, nice hold. Beautiful job. All right, next inhale, we're gonna walk on forward and we're just gonna slide that right knee back to meet our left. Good job, rocking side to side there, beautiful. So hopefully that right side feels nice and loose. Let's open up the left side now. So tucking those toes again, inhale to lift the knees, exhale, pressing back to our downward facing dog. Alrighty, with that inhale, take your eye gaze forward, and on the exhale, we're gonna take that left knee in towards our hands, dropping our right knee, untuck those toes. Beautiful job in this low lunge here. So again, you might feel your hips rocking side to side. Try to keep them aligned underneath you, the way we did our tabletop. So we've got option one, as we inhale, coming up to those fingertips, chest is open, open hip flexor. As we exhale, walking it back, toe comes up, nice hamstring stretch. Beautiful. Option two, inhale, hands coming to our thigh, really press into that thigh to open up this right hip. And then exhale, bringing that toe up, nice hamstring stretch. Final option, hands go up with us, open chest, open breath. And then exhale, airplane those hands with me. Beautiful job. Let's get that a few times. And again, protect the knee as needed. Move as slow or as quickly as feels good to you. Take what's comfortable. Almost there. Beautiful job. Alrighty, on this last big inhale, we're gonna do that rotation again. So as we inhale, bringing those hands down. So left hand comes to left thigh, left glute, right hand comes to our knee. Now you can twist like this, just pressing in, or you can take those hands in prayer and our right, you can, I don't know if you heard that, but my back just cracked a couple times. So again, you should see your shoulder blades all the way to the back of the room. Good, continuing our breathing here for one more inhale. One more exhale. Good, inhale, nice release, taking those hands to the floor. Exhale, walking it back, sliding on back. Our glutes sit down on our heel. Again, protecting the knee if that's too intense. Beautiful. And then if you're feeling it, dropping down for a deeper hamstring stretch. And listen to the body here. It might be intense or it might feel really good. So see what you want. Wonderful. For one more inhale. One more exhale. Good. And inhale, coming forward again. Instead of rolling all the way back down, what we're gonna do is turn our right knee forward so we can come back into a seated position like we did at the very beginning here. So we're gonna squeeze our knees into our chest, just opening up those shoulder blades a little bit, giving ourselves a nice little release here. Good, and then we're gonna slowly roll on down. So rolling all the way onto the back. Beautiful, maybe rocking those knees side to side. Good, maybe giving ourselves a nice little knee circle here. You might even feel a bit like there's a low back massage happening there. That feels kind of nice. Good stuff. Awesome. For a few more breaths here. Lovely, lovely. Alrighty, let's go ahead and inhale. Take that left leg nice and long and send it down to the end of the mat. Right knee comes in for a nice big squeeze. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take that right knee across the body to the left side of the room. The higher the knee is, the more you're going to feel this in your glute, the closer it is to your chest. The lower the knee goes, the more it goes away from your chest, down towards the floor, the more you're going to feel this in your low back. So this is option one. Option two is going to be to extend that right hand all the way up and now rotate your body so that shoulder blade will just lift a little bit off of the floor. And then I want you to sink it back down to open that chest up. So you should be feeling this through the back, but also a little bit of a passive stretch using gravity through the chest. Let's get one more inhale. One more exhale. Beautiful job. And inhale, squeezing that knee back in. Let's go ahead and extend nice and long, just like we did with our hamstring. Let's get some nice circles through the ankle here. Now you've got a couple options here. If you're holding on straight like this, it's going to be a nice hamstring stretch. Maybe bring that toe pointing towards you. If you want to get your IT band, go ahead and grab the outside of the calf or the outside of the foot. Start to bring that leg across the body. You'll feel this light up right away. So if that feels good to you. Or if you'd like to get the inner thigh, a little bit more of the groin muscle, then you're going to take your right hand, opposite hand, and bring it to the outside once again. So you'll start to see that leg. Again, let gravity take care of it. And maybe opening up to the side, this whole inner part of the thigh is going to start to light up. So I want you to think, what do I need? And do I need a little bit of all three? Maybe do that. So I've got my main part of my hamstring down the middle. I've got my outer thigh coming across, and then I've got my inner thigh when I open wide. Let's get one more big inhale. One more big exhale. Beautiful. And bringing that leg right back into the center, bending that knee. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So right leg goes nice and long, left knee comes into the body, give it a good squeeze. Maybe rolling out that ankle again. Beautiful. And when you're ready, taking that left knee across to the right side of the room. Again, the higher the knee is, the more we feel this in the glute. The lower the knee goes, the more we feel this in the back. Option to extend that left arm out nice and long, and then rotate that head towards the right side. So again, you can kind of play with these angles, maybe moving your joints just a little bit and then holding where it feels good, where it maybe feels like, oh, I need a little juicy stretch there. Yeah, feel free to hold when that happens. Taking a big inhale, big exhale. One more inhale. One more exhale. And wherever you're feeling it, slowly start to rotate back to the center, squeezing that left knee in. All right, let's extend that leg long. And again, our toe pointing back towards our face here. You're going to feel that hamstring right away. Now, as you walk more up the leg, that's how it gets harder. That's where the stretch gets deeper. So see what you need. If you would like to get that outer thigh just a little bit, bringing our foot across the body towards the right side of the room. That outer thigh, that IT bands, is going to start to light up and feel that intensity. Beautiful. And if you're wanting a little bit more to work on the inner thigh, go ahead and take the outer part of your foot, and then this inner thigh can get a little bit of a stretch. Now, still keeping that foot up nice and high. That's where the challenge comes in. Continuing our breathing here, taking whichever stretch your body needs most, and you might even find that there are some imbalances. One side might feel better than the other, one part of the muscle might feel better than the other, and that's okay. I'm feeling my left inner thigh needs some extra work here. So let's hang out wherever we are for one more inhale. One more exhale. Good, and inhale, slowly bring that foot back in, bending at the knees. Let's get both knees in for a big squeeze. Good, we've got one or two more stretches here. So we're gonna take this left knee down, bring our right foot, ankle across the thigh, and then press our knee away for a nice little glute stretch here towards the end. Now, this is option one. Option two, we're gonna take our hands, threading our right hand through our legs here and grabbing onto the back of our left hamstring. You'll feel that in your right glute. Final option, taking those hands and wrapping them around our shin. Now that's gonna force the legs to come a little bit closer to your chest, deeper stretch. So whatever you need today, those glutes carry a lot of physical tension, but also emotional tension. So continue to breathe. It might feel a little intense, but wherever you are today, as you find that breath, also find some open space for your thoughts, space for your emotions, and whatever arises for one more inhale. Deep exhale. Beautiful. And slowly releasing those fingertips, releasing those legs. Good. Let's switch sides. So right foot goes down, left ankle comes across to our right thigh, pressing our knee open here. That may be enough. If you want a little more, grabbing on to the back of the hamstring as we lift that knee up, or all the way to the front of the shin. So see what you need as you continue to breathe. Checking in with how our body's feeling after all of this movement that we've just done, all the space that we've created. It may have unlocked some things for us physically and mentally. Give yourself one more big inhale. One more big exhale. Last squeeze and release. Alrighty, for our final relaxation, we've got a couple options for you. So the knees can stay bent, feet underneath, hands palms facing up to the side. Option two, letting those knees fall open into a butterfly pose and letting gravity kind of stretch out our inner thighs here. Or option three, extending those legs nice and long and then letting those ankles, feet fall to the sides, fall open. Maybe repositioning to get our shoulder blades down underneath us. We want space for our ears so that you can hear me with our final relaxation. I want you to let those eyes fall shut if it feels comfortable to you. So continuing this deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good stuff. Now with every inhale, I want you to feel your body getting a little bit lighter. As your body fills with air, maybe starting to feel yourself almost floating off of the mat. Good. Now with each exhale, I want your body to feel a little bit heavier, sinking down, finding depth. Good. For one more big inhale. With this last big exhale, let out a releasing, healing breath. And feeling that mat beneath us. And as you feel comfortable and ready, maybe wiggling those fingers and toes. And slowly starting to find your space again. You are welcome to take as much time as you need in your full relaxation or come back up to seating. Again, whatever it is that you have in front of you today, I hope you carry the love, grace, and space that you made in these 30 minutes. I thank you all so much for joining me today for our restorative yoga practice. And everybody take care. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.